going to the library to borrow a movie to watch. It has been a while since I last did that, and chances are most of you have also ditched the DVD for a Netflix subscription. In less than 2 decades, software has transformed how we watch movies, read books, manage our finances, and navigate the world around us. This isn't just evolution, it's a revolution. Today we're diving into how software isn't just a part of our world, it's consuming it, reshaping economies, industries, and lives at an unprecedented pace. Welcome to the era where software eats the world. The idea that software is profoundly transforming our economy might seem evident now, but it wasn't as clear when Marc Andreessen articulated it in his essay Why Software is Eating the World. This essay was published in the aftermath of the financial crisis, a period when many questioned the high valuations of tech companies. Marc Andreessen is a prominent American entrepreneur, investor, and software engineer. He co-authored Mosaic, the first widely used web browser, co-founded Netscape, and later established the influential venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz. Andreessen argued against the skepticism, predicting significant growth driven by these companies. Andreessen's essay wasn't just defending the value of tech companies. It was a forward-looking analysis on how digital technologies would become central to all aspects of the economy. His phrase, "software is eating the world," has been widely quoted and adapted to various scenarios, which goes to show the impact this essay continues to have. Really, the essay outlines the changes brought forth by what is often referred to as the digital transformation. In the first part of this video, I will summarize the main points Andreessen made in 2011. Then we will see how those predictions have turned out. Software is revolutionizing sectors traditionally detached from tech. Amazon has replaced bookstores with its online model, Netflix has displaced video rental stores and entertainment, and in telecommunications, services like Zoom are challenging telecommunication giants, prompting them to adopt software-driven models. Software isn't just transforming digital commerce and communication, it's also redefining industries once grounded in the physical world. Today's vehicles are a prime example, with software controlling everything from engine operations and safety protocols to in-car entertainment and navigation. The complexity of modern cars, driven by software, means the era of the weekend mechanic is over. As we move toward more hybrid and electric vehicles, this trend is only intensifying, with cars becoming essentially computer platforms on wheels. Thus, Andreessen also predicts that software will eat the physical world, and he gives 4 examples of how this might manifest itself. First, we see traditional companies pivoting away from their original businesses towards software. A notable instance is General Electric. Historically known for its industrial and consumer products, GE has increasingly invested in its digital division, GE Digital, aiming to become a top software company by leveraging its industrial Internet of Things platform. Next, software giants have begun acquiring non-software businesses to expand their ecosystem. Google's acquisition of Motorola Mobility, for example, shows how software companies are integrating hardware that they can then directly sell to consumers. Another significant shift is non-software companies embedding software deeply into their operations. Walmart, for example, has revolutionized its logistics and distribution with sophisticated software systems, which has contributed to their competitive advantage. Finally, Andreessen predicted that non-software entities would acquire software companies to stay competitive. The example he gives is Disney's acquisition of Pixar, an animation studio that very much focused on software to produce movies. Similarly, Walmart acquired the e-commerce company Jet.com to enhance its online retail capabilities and compete more effectively with Amazon. In 2011, Marc Andreessen argued that tech companies like Apple were seriously undervalued considering their potential to reshape the economy, as we just pointed out. However, this has changed quite significantly since 2011. The group of tech giants, often abbreviated to FANG, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, accounted for around 20% of the S&P 500 market cap in 2023. The debate of whether they are overvalued, however, continues to this day. 6 decades into the computer revolution, 4 decades since the invention of the microprocessor, and 2 decades into the rise of the modern internet, all of the technology required to transform industries through software finally works and can be widely delivered at a global scale. These words were fitting in 2011, and they still fit very well today. In 2023, there were around 4.6 billion people using smartphones connected to mobile internet, according to a report by GSMA, the global lobby for telecom providers. At the same time, cloud service providers such as Amazon Web Services enable developers to quickly deploy applications that can reach millions of customers without having to worry about hardware.
Software is a technology that it's like the concept of the philosopher's stone. The philosopher's stone in alchemy transmutes lead into gold, and Newton spent 20 years trying to find the philosopher's stone, never got there. Nobody's ever figured it out. Software is our modern philosopher's stone, and in economic terms, it transmutes labor into capital, which is like a super interesting thing. And by the way, like Karl Marx is rolling over in his grave right now, because of course that's a complete refutation of his entire theory. Transmutes labor into capital, which is as follows: is somebody sits down at a keyboard and types a bunch of stuff in, and a capital asset comes out the other side, and then somebody buys that capital asset for $1 billion. Like, that's amazing, right? It's literally creating value right out of thin air, right? Out of purely human thought, right?
Looking back, Andreessen's vision of software's reach has largely materialized. Non-software businesses have indeed ramped up their investment in software. For example, traditional car manufacturers being pressured to catch up with Tesla's software. In 2023, Volkswagen formed a new software group called Cariad, and American automaker Ford is currently working hard to develop the autonomous driving software Blue Cruise. As for companies that have centered their business around software, I would like to point to NVIDIA, which has just this year joined the ranks of the FANG Plus tech giants. NVIDIA enjoys a huge competitive edge over its main competitor AMD because they were the first to really build out a software ecosystem called CUDA, which allows graphics cards to be used for tasks other than 3D rendering, which has led them to garner huge profits during the current AI upswing. I personally would agree with Andreessen that software is still eating the world. This can sometimes be most drastically observed when software is neglected, for example the chaos at the US airline Southwest last year. At the same time, software companies continue to grow and influence more of our daily lives. I would not want to miss Google's applications on my phone. The journey of software eating the world continues with innovation and adaptation at its core.